What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We're getting some new cars, finally. Something new to be pumped for. Believe me, they haven't got into the update stuff yet, but we're going to take a listen and hopefully find out some good news. Let's get right into it. I kind of rushed all this, but hey, we're here. We're on time enough. Let's see what they got for us.
First of all, we're going to take a look at the festival playlist, so you guys will be able to get a look at
What's
all the new
going
content coming in the Series 18 update.
Kurt Car Reaper,
the new
fastest
events,
racer.
as well as your first glimpse at what new cars are coming in this update. We're going to follow that up by taking a look at
What's up, everyone?
one of those pieces of content, which
Good
is
evening,
the Showcase
Vladimir.
Remix, a brand new Showcase remix
For
coming
you.
in this update. We're then going to take a quick,
Morning for me.
beautiful photo-based interlude where we will take a look at all the photos you guys have submitted to our challenge.
Showcase
on Twitter.
Remix Festival Playlist.
We then
Eliminator
have a
changes.
discussion about Eliminator. We'll take a look back at the last month and what's going on in Eliminator.
And then
talk
cars
about some
at
of
the
the new
end.
stuff that you're going to see changing in this
So
update,
basically,
and even those coming forward in the future.
Changes to the Eliminator
Then
and new
we have a
cars.
brand new section that we are calling Alimi Q&A Tour.
That sounds boring.
This
Q&A
is,
tour?
new
You kidding me?
section
What up,
where we'll be
PTR?
grabbing
What's
a
going on,
random
Ghost?
person from the office floor, pulling them down, putting them in this seat, and they will attempt to play a live game of multiplayer Eliminator against potentially you guys if you happen to be playing at the moment. And I will be firing questions at them about themselves, their life, their job, and they have to
then.
both try and not get eliminated
Not a
from
game
the
mode.
game, and also answer my questions in a fun and interesting way so that it makes great content for you guys watching.
Could be a really short segment.
It could be a very short section.
Yeah.
It could be a boring section. We'll find out later on in today's show.
Eliminator changes
we'll
and
follow
new
up with
cars.
Another photo interlude. Just
Could be
because
fun.
You
Could be
guys
good.
submitted so many photos to this one that we
Gambling.
had to do two
Is the thing running?
sections for it.
Is it working?
We're then going to take a look at the brand new cars
Ooh,
coming this update.
hypercar
which I know
gaming.
is,
That would be
what we're
crazy,
here
man.
for. And finally, if we have time, and this will probably be
would
depend
be
on
crazy.
how well we do in a Limi Q&A tour, we will also do a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, go into the Mixer chat and say, "Hey Tom,"
You guys hear it okay?
followed by
Let me
your
know.
question, and if we've got time at the end, we'll jump through those and give you all the best answers we can.
Don't tell me I gotta watch
and
in
after
720.
That, do not go anywhere, because coming up right after today's show is the Forza Monthly coming live from Seattle with 2 very special guests.
Bitch,
That
there's
is
going
me
to
and
be
Chris
new cars
via the
in the
medium of
Eliminator.
Skype.
If that's
I
the
believe
only
there's also
change.
a really special guest. I think Alan Hartman, the boss of all things Forza,
I was
kind of
hoping they would add to the depth of the Eliminator game
yeah.
mode.
So, if he's coming on, there must be something cool going on. So I think that's all we can say. All right, Mr. Pickers, shall we take a look at what's in the festival playlist?
Yeah, if we got the new Koenigsegg, that'd be crazy.
I'll do a quick whistle-stop tour of Series 18 festival playlist.
Usually they
Series
sneak
18
something
was
in,
put together by
low
our
key,
new
so
designers,
keep your
Mack
eyes
and
peeled, you know?
And I'm gonna focus on our. Oh, I'm in spring. I'm going to focus on our new and exclusive cars. So our first one that you will find is
Veneer? Was that? I
called
think I just saw the
Shummer
veneer.
Knights, where you can get the open.
That's the veneer, man. That's
version of
definitely the veneer, I think.
H1 Alpha.
What is it, Shummer?
Can you guys confirm? Can the
I
chat
don't know.
confirm?
Ask Matt.
Veneers in?
He named this championship. I think he's gone summer and
Just
Hummer
over here.
blended together. That's what he was going for.
Oh, it's a
there.
pun.
Yeah.
You guys saw the Performante? I didn't even see it
Good
yet.
job, Matt.
But we probably are
Probably
getting it. They
so,
posted. Oh, it's right there. How did I not see that?
In autumn,
I saw the veneer. You guys all saw the
of,
Performante.
festival playlist this week. You'll be able to grab the Lamborghini Huracan Performante, which is the rival to the 488.
I thought they were going to do the
Look
cars
forward
at
to
the
the
end.
dive on
Maybe
that.
there's even more
This is a
cars.
heavily requested car. that
10
was
block
released.
race suit is up
And
for
so
grabs
just wanted to
again,
do this
man.
So you guys can see what else is in there. But then we'll go over to winter, where our next exclusive car is the Porsche 356C, the Emery Special.
I think that's a new
which are
car,
custom built.
but
I
it's
think they're only
disgusting.
one.
It's
No
kind of
two
ugly.
Emery Specials are alike.
Don't really care.
Um,
Fastest racer yet says
then
I'm losing
what
my
else have we
shit. It was about
got?
time, man.
Oh, wow, you can win the Jazzy Cowboy hat.
Yeah. that
Slow
is something
down,
you
my
get
dude.
In this
Like in
the
Hyper
series.
Sport
In
Truck.
spring
Maybe
we
it
have
wasn't the
the,
veneer. Maybe it was just the Lycan.
Showcase Remix, a new one, Taxi for Takeoff,
Maybe not.
where you'll be racing Aisha's Taxi against the Delta Wing.
MC12 Forza Edition.
Yup.
Yup.
Completed.
Oh, it's not working.
Matt revealing that despite how it may appear, we do actually sometimes do a rehearsal of this show.
And then our last but not least car.
They rehearse it.
Even
That's
though the
even-
championship is
even
called
worse.
Is That a Supra? You'll be racing in the Supra. That's the connection there. But you'll be winning the
AE86? Oh, there it is.
Truno Sprint.
Well, I'm missing everything, man.
Which is absolute meme machine, and we've got a whole set of car masteries for that car. That
Keep an eye out for the new
reference,
Supra too,
its
man.
Stardom in
That'll be
Italy.
coming.
So let's. Should we take a look at that showcase remix?
I think that's a great shout. Yeah. And we're in just about the right location to do it as well.
Sweet. Let's get
And
through it
if one of our tech
ASAP.
guys could press a button on the remote, that big monitor is about to go.
Showcase remix.
That won't
Do
help.
the same showcase in a different car.
Racing in this showcase.
Pretty ready to move on to the new stuff. This one was a fun one though. I actually time trialed this one for a little bit. Just kept running it. You used to do it in the Vulcan. Now you're doing it in
Matt
this.
can work through the
Yeah.
HDMI
That
selector.
should go away in
I
a
feel like the
second.
Vulcan was better. I don't know.
Seamless.
Wee
All right,
Chang,
here
what's
we
going
are
on,
the
man? Welcome to the stream.
ridiculous,
Omega,
taxi
just
that
on
IGB
time, bro.
for her business.
Lamborghini
promote
Performante and Toyota
taking
AE86
part in
confirmed.
spectacular
Possibly the
events like
veneer if I saw that right. Let me see
So,
what you guys
sorry,
were saying about that.
This is a extension of the deep lore of the Aisha's Taxis Horizon story.
That is correct.
You guys
now
were too
reaching out
focused
to
on the
try and
Oricon to even
Promotes
notice, I
Aisha's
bet.
Taxis as the UK's #1 taxi
Yep.
franchise.
Yes, Mitch Hype, I can see it.
Perfect.
Night 2 saw the
and to demonstrate
veneer.
that the best she is.
veneer's
doing what
sick,
exactly?
bro.
Yeah, racing against the Delta Wing.
What up,
bomber
Patrick?
jet.
We have the AE86,
Thanks.
Patrick.
Yeah, I get it.
Don't you? Fine, man. What the
There's
hell?
some trickery underneath the car, should we say.
I'll be
It's-
upgrading
this
my
one does lay
internet
down
once
for
I
us.
move out.
Yeah.
So anyone that's played the stories,
I
should
apologize.
know this car. It briefly appears in that. This is a V12 powered.
It wasn't the
Ferrari,
veneer? God
Ferrari V12 powered car even.
All right.
About 750 horsepower, slick tires. Yeah, it's like a
Like a
GT3
better late
car
than
with
never.
a taxi body put on top of it.
The Performante was really late.
Tell.
Really late.
Sounds vicious.
We were expecting the Performante like at the launch of the game, and then every
Just
update
need
that
to,
came up, it's like, okay,
Keep up with the jet.
when's it coming?
And obviously,
Update
Aisha, being
18.
aggressive from ride-hailing
Here we
apps,
are.
needs to give her her organization at USP that separates it from the competition. And
Mitch, you're going to be streaming 4 p.m.? I'm not going to be streaming after this because I got some videos to make about the update.
Well,
I might stream tonight.
Well, I think most people...
Depends on how fast I can edit videos.
I'll go for the V12 taxi.
Yeah. You got
Ilias, what's going on? I'm doing good.
Oh, don't worry, it's got
Doing
5-point
good.
harnesses and buckets.
Just waiting for them to finish this.
You know, it's meeting all FIA regulations.
It was better in the Vulcan, man. The Vulcan fit the vibe. The Vulcan looked like a jet. You're racing the jet. Now you're in this like weird taxi thing.
Still in first place. You're doing okay. I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fast, but not that fast.
And we've also turned traction control off.
Oh yeah.
Earlier on, you had that on.
I don't like the showcase remixes. It's like it's lazy.
The theme of showcase remixes.
Actually, remix the whole thing if that's what it's gonna be. You know.
Taxi
Change up the whole thing.
The Flying Scotsman.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Then we have this one.
Vulcan is a jet.
That there will be.
Put a couple wings on it, man.
Additions to this narrative line in the future.
Mitch,
Yeah,
what time are you
believe
going to be
Torben has
streaming
some ideas in the
right now?
pipeline.
And then I'm going to make videos.
Remain to see what they are.
If there's
but
time, I'll stream
I believe
after.
the taxi will be making an appearance in Eliminator as well, which we'll talk about more. in a
Do
bit.
MVP Tuesday. Months later, right? Update 18 months later.
You're really going everywhere with it, isn't it?
How are you? What's new?
Yeah,
Not much. I'm doing good, though. Well, it is a little bit that's new, but
so how's it?
I won't get into it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Stands to
Can we just talk about how badly
Sure,
these
I'm sure
guys
we've done
drive?
the
We
past
talk
couple
about that
businesses
every
and
update.
updates.
It's like a
Gotta wonder if
tradition.
Where does her
I can't even help it. I just want to say negative things. It's just like,
All of the
It's a
taxi
player
flights,
invest,
I
and
don't
this is
know
where
why.
your money goes.
just because
all
they
passengers
cringe,
that are
make you
now
cringe a
being
lot.
transported around the festival
V12,
site
I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it too.
260 miles an hour.
Pick is currently in second place.
Okay, I put it in 720. This is not 720.
Well,
Let's try this.
Yeah, actually going
we'll
very,
see.
very
It's not going to lag.
Just in time.
It won't lag.
That was close.
That was very close.
I DM you something in
Alright.
Discord. All right, man.
So that's.
Mitch, you going to be
taxi
streaming tomorrow?
Taxi safe.
Yes.
How do people play this?
We'll be back
That is
on
in
track
spring,
for
Make sure
so
you've completed the regular showcase first, and you'll be able to unlock that version.
Where's the bowler cut
all
guy
right.
with the
We are
striped
gonna
shirt?
take the first
I miss
of
him.
two,
You guys remember that the
beautiful
last time we were
photo-based
doing
interludes.
these live
This
streams?
time we asked you guys, or we threw out the theme of, is that a Supra?
Okay. Just show me the new Supra. I know it's coming. I think we're going to get the new Supra, guys. I think we're going to get it. We got the Toyota AE86. Just give us all the cars, man. Give it all to us, please. What up, Tommy Tucker? Don't let the negative beast come out. A V12 in a taxi, WTF. Oh, they turned traction control off. Really? Yo, Mitch, are you gonna do an open lobby on Forza after this? I would love to, but I can't. I would love to, but I gotta make a video. There's new cars, man. We got the Performante. We got the AE86. I gotta let everyone know. Mitch, they spoiling us like they always do. Spoiling us like they always do. That's a good thing, though. Fastest racer yet. Then it looked like you were saying, fuck them. So I'm kind of confused. All I'm trying to know are the Eliminator changes. Tommy Tucker, I think they're literally just adding cars, but I don't know. We're going to find out. Dan Pearson, what's going on? Dan, welcome back to the stream. What's so... Oh, the lighthouse looks kind of cool, I guess. That was Javier's car right there on the dirt. 1,000 horsepower Subaru. What you mean, man? I didn't know they had a big wing like that for the Supra. That picture was cool. All right, enough with the Supra photos. Let's go. White paint never looks good on Forza. I'm just saying. The white paint, man, all the reflections just washed right out. Look, that blue paint looks way better. Way better. Can't do white paint in Forza. Doesn't work. Like, it almost worked right here. Only car I want is the Performante. Dan, you haven't even heard all the cars yet, bro. What if we get the new Supra? What if we get the Lexus.
Thank you to everyone
I
who
don't know,
submitted photos
couple
to our
Lexuses,
call up this
that'd be
time on
cool.
Twitter. This was an unprecedented response. We had more entries than we've ever had before. So stick around if you didn't see your photo there, because we have another load more photos to look at later on in the show.
Fantastic.
We are now in our Eliminator section of the show, and we will soon be doing a new section that is called Elimi Q&A-tor,
Wow.
which means that I have to introduce a
Creative.
new person to the sofa. Mr. Gav Davies.
Hello, Mike.
Welcome to the show.
Q&A-tor.
Yeah, what have you been playing lately?
I've been playing the DLC for Hitman 2, the bank New York level that was recently added, and a bit of Dragon Quest 11 on the Nintendo Switch. And aside from that, a little bit of a game mode called Eliminator.
A bit of Eliminator.
Tiny bit.
They always
a couple
pause
of matches.
because that's
Yeah,
all they're
Gareth has
playing,
actually a
and then
real
they're like,
problem.
"Oh yeah, and Forza
He wakes
Horizon
up,
4."
plays Eliminator, he comes to
Every
work,
time,
plays
man.
Eliminator, he goes home, plays Eliminator.
more
It's,
Eliminator. Yeah, there's
I
quite a few
think
games.
when
course
he
it
pretended he played
sounds
other
off.
games was actually just a lie.
Why wouldn't
He was
it?
just trying to make it sound like he had a
over
balanced
it.
gaming diet.
What's come out recently?
Just quick Google on the release schedule. Yeah, Hitman, that'll do. Before we jump into Elimi Q&A, we're going to take a moment now to just talk about Eliminator. I think
What up,
between us,
Elfage?
because we released it about 1 month ago. We did a stream which you guys will have no doubt seen, and the response has been incredible. You guys have been telling us that you love it, and we have had
Nate Vlogs
so many people
Performante
playing it. We've had more
confirmed.
people playing Eliminator than any of our other
Confirmed.
multiplayer modes ever. It's been a real great success, and more than that, I think it's just it's been a really fun way to spend time, as Gareth can attest. And I think we just want to take this moment to
don't think so, Dan.
reinforce that we're not done with it yet. We are still looking at ways we can improve, expand, always add more fun and add more functionality to it. And Matt, I think you're going to
Point-to-point races instead of free roam rush.
Update 18,
And up to 18.
Figure out a way to implement it.
What, for Eliminator?
the heavy hitters thing.
Oh,
AE86 and
how we reversed
Performante
it. Yeah,
confirmed.
we've got a new lineup of cars coming into Eliminator mode. where
How long are
we
you going to be
refresh,
streaming on this stream?
the selection of
Until
cars.
they finish, and then I'm going to make some
I have a
videos for you
listing,
guys.
if you want
Quick
to go
little
through it.
summary.
One for each level, isn't it?
There
Hey,
is,
I
yeah,
just
apart from
came
the
here. What
mini
cars are
ones,
added?
it's the same.
Performante,
So coming in
AE86.
at level 2 is the
But we're not
Tricor.
done yet.
Number 3, the Unimog.
What up,
Number
Semi?
4, the Mini X-Raid. Number 5, the Hummer Open Top that we saw earlier on.
Oh, mini
Number 6, the Regalia Type D. Number 7, the Warthog.
Show me
Number
pictures.
8, the Deberti Wrangler. Number 9, the Funko. And number 10, the Aisha's Taxi, as we mentioned during the
The actual taxi we
I
just
can't
saw.
keep
That's
up
right.
with all that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that's the numbers correspond to what level they are as well.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Kind of branding
Show
them
me-
all under the umbrella of.
That's so
Horizon Heavyweight.
unprofessional.
That's it, yeah.
Show me
All
a
heavyweight
picture
vehicles
of,
that
like,
will be appearing
Pulls
in
that on a little
Eliminator.
paper under his ass.
So how does that work?
All right,
So-
guys. This is what's
Does it
coming
last
in the
all
Eliminator.
series long. Yep, and then it'll go away or stick around. Or?
TBD, I think, at this stage. I think we'll be looking to see how that change
Lexus
is
LFA
received
would
by
be
the
fun.
community
You
and
making a bid on this later? Yes, I am.
on that.
Okay, cool. And they are
Sorry,
they're not
fastest
replacing any of the
racer.
current cars. Is that right?
I believe they are.
They're replacing the current
I
cars.
don't think we're taking any out at this point.
Okay, well, there you go.
They're just new ones
Flawless.
being added.
Okay, no, they're not.
When-
He
It's
just
almost
doesn't
like
know
this
what he's
segment
talking
was
about.
supposed to be
That's what
Torben's.
happens when you pull your notes from a paper under your ass. You don't know shit.
Yes, Torben not here this week, unfortunately. But we've got a lot to say about Torben. So
The
do stick
Unimog and the
around.
Eliminator. Yeah, it sounds
He's kind of dropped me in it.
difficult.
Last second.
Don't want to hit a tree with that. Take you 10
Yes,
years to
so,
pick the speed back up.
As I mentioned earlier, we've
The
been really paying
DeLorean
close
tale
attention
says.
to all of your activity within Eliminator, and we've been seeing who's been playing it a lot, how people have been playing it. It's been really reassuring how many people just hit that play again button at the end. It's
There's
just,
only one way to
it's
play it.
Almost everyone is just
Beeline
experiencing
it,
the game
straight
and
line
play
to the
again, which is
destination
just
every
great.
time.
But
Free
there is
roam
one
rush.
player who has really stuck out above everyone else. I'm not going to say his name. I don't want him to get any targeted harassment or anything like that, but he is a prolific Eliminator player. He has won, well, probably by now more than, because this will be a slightly old statistic, but he has won over 353 games of Eliminator. 90% of the games he's appeared in, he has made it all the way to the final race. And in 2/3 of the games he's played in, he has been in the top 3. This guy is an absolute machine at Eliminator, and I think we can all aspire to be more like him. Because we have our own internal leaderboard at the studio where we all compete to try and see who is the best among us, who is the most, who can get the most eliminations,
Who can
and
stay in the Illuminati for the longest.
who can become a member of the Illuminati and stay there. And I'm delighted to tell everyone that our reigning champ at least in terms of volume of wins, is Mr. Gareth Davies.
Yep.
Wow.
How did you do it?
I'll be honest, Mike, I'd like to say it was all skill, but I pretty much brute forced my way to the top due to playing the most number of games. So
By a factor of about 10.
yeah, I mean, I have played a lot more games than most people.
Really?
So yeah, I've won 22 games, but yes, I have also played several hundred games.
Right, so this, I guess, marks the start of Elimi Q&Ator. Gareth has just queued himself.
One
up
of
to
the
a minute. This
devs is good
a
at the
real
game?
Live multiplayer session. The kind of rules of this are that we talk to Gareth and ask him questions for as long as he stays in the game of Eliminator, which might work as a format. We'll find out soon.
I'm pleased to see we're playing in the dead of night, which is
He's
ideal
not a
time of
dev.
day for playing Eliminator.
It is.
They
it
saw
is.
that he was
And
winning a
also
bunch of
now
games,
I've
and they're
just
like,
now
hey, you want to
realised that
pretend to be a dev
Gareth
for us?
might not be enjoying this, and could
Everyone
definitely
knows
just
the
throw in
devs
towel at any
suck. We need
moment
someone
and
who's
get
good.
himself eliminated and leave the show. So if that happens, I might force him to stay on for another game.
Garage importation and split screen would be amazing. Split screen, dang.
We can't make any promises.
I mean,
I'm
yeah, for
expecting-
the right
I'm
person,
expecting
it'd be
that. I've
really
just
good.
introduced you as the most
Doesn't hurt to
successful
implement.
player in the studio. We won't talk about your actual win rate, but
We can talk about my win rate.
in terms of sheer
just
number of
said
wins,
it.
you're definitely at the top.
I'm going to say we have an 8% chance of that happening. On the win.
Hey, I
It's
want to
better than
see.
the
I want to
4%
see
chance that Tommy
if
Bargain
the hype
got.
is real.
Ooh,
350
throwing
wins.
shade around.
90% of the time
Tommy
he goes
Bargains
to
will
the finish,
be,
huh?
next month's guest on
All right.
Eliminator, so,
I got a weird feeling the paper is
Dusting off his
jinking
flat
him.
cap and
I don't know, man.
right.
CCR,
so,
ABS, AMD.
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, he has
It's not like
all
you
the
haven't-
assists.
Just waiting for the match to start.
I have
Alright.
a.
I don't know,
very
man.
stunning location.
I don't think
Where is
so.
Ambleside, got to be every time.
And he says he's playing other games. Like, how do you get like 1,000
experience, I think
matches
there's
in
quite a lot
of the
of
Eliminator,
locations
but
there.
you play 2 other games
I mean,
primarily,
Yeah, it is only an 8% win rate, so maybe that's
and you're a dev?
too much, but
Not
yeah, I
possible.
do generally find there's a decent chance for at least
6
Starting
players
off
to
on this
72.
Because as soon as you said that, I'm
Oh,
like,
my
huh,
God.
complex road network with loads of
Correct.
walls and buildings.
Correct.
It's like a
Fastest racer yet.
terrible place for head-to-head. But anyway.
All right, man. Let's see what you got with all your assists.
that's why-
This is your moment, Gareth.
maybe
so
that's why.
All the assists turned on. He's gonna have breaking line
see if
on
you've,
in the Eliminator.
Deck out your character and eliminate
Guaranteed.
branded clothing as well.
Yeah, I have
Full
recently
driving
moved
line,
to
full driving.
25 of the,
You've gone all in.
Right. Gareth, who are you and what do you do?
So my name's Gareth. I am an associate producer here at Playground Games.
All right, good strategy so far.
As I'm sure
Going to the edge.
many people at Playground Games have asked themselves, what does a producer do? So our job
You
is
just
to
play the Eliminator.
take the features like Eliminator from the kind of awesome idea that is on paper from the designers, and then work out a kind of schedule of how we can get from that awesome idea into something that people can play in a real game.
Cool. And
Wow.
how long have
It's
you
very exciting.
I
it's
didn't
not
even
the
listen
most
to
glamorous
him.
job, but it is,
I was
it's
already-
very
I
fun
got
being
so
able to
bored.
kind of be part of the team.
It's
and
like
kind of
producer, and
see
this is
something
what we
develop
do, and
from
I was.
just kind of, you know,
What
idea
cars
that
are coming in
sounds
the
cool on
game?
paper to kind of the real thing that people play.
What's
Hopefully-
STM? I don't even know,
How long have
man,
you
but
been
he's
a part
got
of
it.
the Playground family?
He's got it
I've been
all.
here for 9 months, 10 months now.
Not long at all.
No, not long.
And where did we find you?
I came from another studio called Lab42 Games, which is not as well known as Playground Games, but yeah, local to us.
But
here
better.
at the moment as well.
Another Leamington-based studio.
Yeah.
Represent. Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop. And so you've been here 10 months, probably long enough to get a real feel for how things work here. What's like the main differences between PG and other places where you've worked?
It sounds kind of corny to say, but the passion of the people who
Stability
work here,
control,
like everyone is
the
very
worst
much sort of
assist to
pulling
have.
in the direction of kind of wanting to make the game the best it can be and kind of going out of their way to make that happen. And we don't always agree on what the correct course of action is to reach that goal, but everyone is sort of very much coming from a place of, you know, wanting the game to be the best it can be. And yeah, we definitely experienced. So Eliminator was kind of the first thing that I was kind of given responsibility for, and yeah, everyone was kind of super passionate about making this, you know, quite unusual for us in terms of, you know, a battle royale game is obviously not something that has been done before in a racing game, and kind of when we first heard about it, it was like, is this going to be a fun thing to play? I know you were very much a believer from the start, but yeah.
There's
what-
one right
what's
there.
kind of
It's to your
started-
right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, car drop, I believe, is
Lancer. Okay.
the agreed terminology.
Slap on the wrist, mate.
yeah, so it was really great to kind of see it come together week by week, and kind of as bits of it came to life and made little tweaks to kind of improve the experience. And we were doing kind of weekly test sessions in the studio, kind of every Friday afternoon. We try and get everyone down to.
I'm gonna be honest, man. He's talking about how they created the Eliminator and all the hard work they put in.
Really fun to kind of see, like. It
feels really basic to me, and like really simple.
In the final race, and that sort of excitement.
It feels like they just came up with the idea and they just threw it in as easily as possible, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's
like I don't see where the detail or hard work came in.
All the time in a game studio.
They had to create the drones for the car drops.
That's never happened to us before, where
that was a new
people have been running around the studio trying
design,
to
and
find
then the big wall
still in the game to try and turn them on. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was, you know, quite a lot of work trying to kind of coordinate these, you know, it's up to 72 players, and getting everyone kind of down at the right time and available to play, and kind of giving their feedback.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm sure getting 72 players in the lobby isn't easy. When does this update drop?
You know, we're not done yet, hopefully.
Thursday usually. Usually it's Thursday. Usually some of it will drop like tomorrow, and then the rest will drop Thursday, like the new cars with the change of the season, something like that.
All right, enough selling yourself.
He's literally driving away from
people.
people.
It's super weird.
Usually the best strategy is stay by the outside of the zone, because then when you start a race, you always know where the finish is going to be. So he's not, in my opinion, from what I see, he's not playing like someone who has 350 wins, but we'll see.
The guy had to reprint it, and I don't know if he misheard me or misunderstood me, or there was some miscommunication, but he gave me my new ticket. I went and got on the train, sat down, and then looked at my ticket, and yeah, Galvatron had appeared on my ticket. And I took it back the next day to try and get it reprinted to my actual name, and there was a different guy working there that time, but said that the first guy had somehow input my name in such a manner that it could never be changed.
I'm yawning out here, bro. What new cars are coming?
Which is quite difficult when you have to kind of give photo ID when you're showing your season ticket, so not
season ticket? What are you going to do, take the level 2 golf?
I had to, by default, change my name. No, not quite.
They're going to make me fall asleep standing up.
So little does that train operator know that he
will be updated in Poland.
Birthed Garthatron, the
it'll be updated
of Eliminator into the world.
All over the world, man.
Gareth,
everywhere.
I've been told I need to ask you.
Have you been told, Mike, or have you chosen to ask me? I feel like
it's a bit of both.
Ask him about the new cars coming in the game.
If I had to sort of pick, you know, it's not something I give a lot of thought to, but probably Final Fantasy VII if I had to pick a game, just, you know.
Final Fantasy.
Okay, that's not.
He's playing like a pussy tactics.
What is weird though is that Gareth keeps a constantly updated Excel list of his top 100 video games of all time, and updates it seemingly on a near daily basis.
I mean,
really?
Hang on, I'm just standing head to head here.
All right.
See, now where's the finish?
Yeah, this is how I get it.
Oh, wow, he's going in the right direction. Okay.
Yes, I do have a top 100 list of my favourite games, and I tend to look at it when I complete a new game.
Please lose.
Is this game worthy of making it onto the list?
It would just be so much more funny. He's not going to, though. It's a straight line, man. How are you going to mess up on a straight? Oh, wait. Are you going to go right? There's a river.
1997, but it's been doing pretty well for itself.
If you have 350 wins, you know the best direction to go. He's going straight.
So go on, give us a rundown. What else is in the top 10?
Well, unbelievably, I haven't actually committed the entire top 10 list to memory, because it does change, but Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is number 2, and Golden.
The Toxic Gamer, this is perfect. The Toxic Commentator.
I agree.
If you hit one of those trees.
Is that like a...
2 trees, you almost hit
one thing
him.
I've learned from discussing my top 100 list,
you can hit it.
I absolutely do not. Frequently.
You don't have 350 wins. Stop right now with your fucking all assists turned on. You're going to lose. And you had a straight shot like it wasn't even hard. Oh my goodness. They're lying out here, man. There's no way they're telling the truth. This guy's got all assists turned on. He had a straight shot, and he's still...
Sorry, I'm afraid that's the end of my... the inaugural Eliminator.
Eliminator is over, and I had so many more pressing and embarrassing questions to get onto.
Move on to the cars. Get this guy out of here.
We have to,
350 wins.
The appropriate time slot, so play for a bit more.
You went for much longer in rehearsal.
I have no wins. I guarantee you I do better than that. I
So
also don't play it as much, but
I think the people are
played
really
it like 7 times.
Want to know more about this top 100 list, because, you know, it's a bit odd. And
no, I don't want to know more. Let's move on.
I started with sort of, you know, what was my top 5 list, and then it just sort of gradually spun out of control from there. and here we are.
300 wins,
Qualified to
fastest
top
racer.
100.
I mean, it wasn't an over.
There was like 2 trees, just open field and 2 trees, and he almost hit them. And then the next time there was like
So
2
what
more
was
trees,
meant
and
to be
he was
your
done.
update
He's,
to your top?
It's not a
Death
straight
Stranding,
line.
Made the cut. Not a particularly.
He's
high
going
entry,
into another one. Oh man.
70-ish in the 70s it was. But,
Peace.
I do have a
What's going
habit of
on,
beating
man?
it and
Welcome.
putting it a bit higher than perhaps, and then
Yeah,
looking back at it a few months later and think maybe.
Recency bias.
Okay, so this is my
That
idea
is
for
a
the
problem with
Eliminator.
top 100 this, but, you know, Death Stranding, very good game.
I think, okay, first of all, no one liked free roam rush, right? The first thing people were pushing for is take free roam rush out of adventure mode. And what they did is they said, okay, we're going to take it out of ranked because you guys don't like free roam rush. We're going to take it out of ranked, but we made it. It's our game mode. We're going to keep it in for just like the regular adventure. And we were like, fine, we accepted it.
Top 25.
Then they wanted to make the Eliminator, and they're like, hey, let's just make constant free roam rush. Everybody just free roam rush the whole time. And what sucks about it is you get like a cool Ferrari 488, which isn't even in the Eliminator, but just as an example, you can't enjoy that car because someone is in a damn Ford F-150 and they're just straight lining it over hills and through forests, and you're like, you have no chance off-road. You have no chance. So your car is like useless, right? The only thing that makes any sense is to use rally cars and stuff like that, or trucks. That's the only way you're going to be successful in the Eliminator. At least until you get up to level 10. You get like an all-wheel drive Aventador. You can make it work, but it still isn't good off-road. It's just fast. Nonetheless, if they create a system, like you guys know, right now they ain't talking about anything useful, so I'm just going to shut them up a little bit. You guys know when you're driving in the story modes, some of the game events, if you go off-road, there'll be like a 10-second timer that tells you to get back on the road. Honestly, man, I think they should implement some sort of timer at all times so people use the road more. You would be able to cut. So picture an Eliminator where everyone is driving on the road, and every time you leave the road, a countdown timer starts, kind of like you're leaving the zone, right? So now everyone's actually on the road. Let's say it's 15 seconds. So you leave the road, a 15-second timer starts to count down. Now, if you have a truck or something, you have 15 seconds to make a pretty big cut off-road. You can still take advantage of off-road capabilities in some of the cars. But if you have a freaking 488 rear-wheel drive car, then you still can take advantage of the roads and have that performance on the road and be able to use the vehicle. But for them, it's like they just went as lazy as possible. They're just like, all right, just there's the destination, just go. I can't be bothered to actually make the Eliminator good.
Unloading the car that you're currently
I
driving.
feel like if they did that, I'd be all over the Eliminator, man. Point-to-point street races, every race is a different race on a different road. Like
if you roll the car over in the main game, that kind of thing. Wasn't particularly kind of fun or exciting and experience to kind of get an upgrade in that situation. So we did a lot.
I'm talking about fastest racer.
Wanting to do something that could work in any situation, because you see that loot drone both when you pick up loot in the world and when you win a head-to-head, which can end kind of all over the map. So trying to arrive at something that was fun and exciting, but also...
You guys are just popping in. Oricon Performante AE86 confirmed.
You know, make a success of, and yeah, I'm really kind of happy with how it turned out. I think, you know, you see it drop down the kind of confetti cannons going off around it and all that kind of stuff, and it's kind of quite cool.
He's just driving away from people.
Yeah, it's very satisfying. I think another thing that was, well, satisfied me around Eliminator is, as much as we got on the stream 1 month ago and announced it to the world, there were a couple of bugs. A couple of,
it came in a little hot, is probably.
But I think one of the things that, well, you were
Not
really
the
helped
bugs,
in
man.
is getting that first patch out. So a few days after Eliminator launched, we got our patch, which fixed up almost all of the issues with the mode, to be honest. So including such fun as not being able to challenge anybody to a head-to-head and having your race set itself outside of the arena, guaranteeing that you will lose.
And the fun situation of sometimes getting stuck on a rock and not being able to reset your car position, which, yeah, several people, I believe your Twitter account got a few tweets about.
It did, yeah. People definitely let me know that was a problem. And you know,
other changes,
we knew it was an issue.
That like setup would be really good for the Eliminator, right? Being able to actually utilize the roads and being encouraged to stay on the roads, and you can include the dirt roads too. Sure, I mean that would.
Patch out and,
I think that would still work.
Yeah, obviously we didn't want to sort of.
Other things though is like you're always in the same starting car One idea that would be really cool is have literally like 10, 20 different starting cars in D class around the same performance level, so that every time you go into the Eliminator, you can start with a different car if that's what you want to do. You know, you can change it up.
Loads of trees and bumpy terrain.
That'd be
to be
cool.
honest, I'm
virtually no car drops.
avoiding kind of any sort of running into any other players at the moment. Is the quarry is actually it's a double-edged sword. The quarry, there are quite a few potential loot drops around it, but yeah,
You said loot drop.
Oh, I did say loot drop.
No,
Car
it's
drop,
the
sorry.
Gamertag.
Kind of
What
deserve
up,
that.
Itchy Bon?
Yeah, so
going on,
the
man?
quarry can be a great spot to find some car drops, but equally you can get yourself some
Valentine,
drops. But
what up,
luckily,
man?
we
Welcome.
can reset our car position now, so it's less of an issue when they're
I just
reset.
saw the license plate. What up, Dark
The quarry
Days,
is
man?
like-
Good to see you.
It
Welcome
might be
back.
my favorite area of the map.
Is
just
that a
because
creative
people with
name?
poor
What's
map
going
knowledge
on, bro?
forget
Welcome
it's
back to
there.
the stream.
And when you've got a head-to-head going to the side of it, you just
So we're
you're
almost
taking
at the
nice
end of
long
this,
route around,
luckily.
like, just-
For me, it's
Almost at the end of this, which means we'll be getting into the new cars soon, sooner than later. If I'm remembering the order of things, we should be right at the rest of the new cars after this.
A number of times you see people, they just make a beeline for that, you know, try and make a straight line path to it, and then they just
Exactly.
it's one of those unbreakable walls.
that little park with the unbreakable walls around it.
Yeah, with the football pitches around
No,
that bit.
that's how you win,
Yeah.
is taking a straight
Sometimes
shot at it, unless there's like a river stopping you. But that's the problem, man. It's always a straight line race through a bunch of trees and forests.
People.
Yeah.
They won't admit that, because that would be too much work for them to
You do
fix.
have an audience.
Like,
Gareth,
we got to
so,
add a
I-
timer and
Are we live?
encourage people to actually use the
This
roads.
is just rehearsal too.
No,
Uh,
no.
But also, please don't swear.
We'll just ride at what we got here. 100%.
So, as the man who has played more Eliminator than anybody else who I've met, although some stats on our server tells me that apparently people do exist who have played more, talk us through your main strategies. Like, what are you actually doing now?
I don't think anyone wants your strategies.
Terrible area to get stuck in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true. In this situation, that is what is happening. My general kind of strategy when playing Eliminator is to try and Ambleside, like I said, does generally have quite a few car drops in it. So try and get a sort of high-ish level, kind of 4 or 5 car early on. Try and pick off a couple of minis if you can, and then yeah, I think once you start to reach sort of level 7 or 8, that's when you're really kind of in with a decent chance of potentially winning the final race. I know, obviously, though, I've seen people.
Just take the truck, yeah.
That's another level 5.
It's freaking
further
free
than
roam
this.
rush.
Yeah, it's
If
probably
there's a
not safe
truck
for
in the
us,
same level, you take the truck.
Yeah, I feel yeah, once you get to kind of level 7, 8 is when you've really got like a decent chance. I have seen people winning in the mini. I am not one of those people. My 22 wins, none of them have occurred in the mini.
So that guy has just jumped himself down into the bowl of the
He's gonna
quarry,
lose.
almost certainly going to get stuck, and you've got yourself a free win on a head-to-head. So
I have, although I do
Maybe.
have to navigate myself to the other side.
Not with a guy with all assists, though. You never
Not
know
always,
with this.
just although this
The other
vehicle
dude's
is
going to make a comeback.
one of the
Probably
better
make
ones.
it through.
yeah, he's going to be stuck down there, mate. You've got all the time in the world.
It's all good,
You've
man.
got
You're
time
going to
to-
hit a tree.
Check the map, check your phone.
Now you're actually going through a forest. Last
Maybe
time he
not
wasn't even
to
going
the
through a
top
forest. He was
100
hitting trees and spinning out in an all-wheel drive Lancer.
If you win this live game of
Oh,
Eliminator,
my God.
are
Horizon
you going to
4
push Horizon 4 further
Jumping
off?
straight out.
Is that recency bias going to kick in? So what's at
Here
number
comes
one?
another. The other guy's not even out the quarry yet. If he loses
Well,
this,
what did you have to remove?
Oh, actually,
when
no,
you
I do
added,
remember.
Death Stranding.
It is Mario Rabbids, I can't remember what the full name, the Switch XCOM-esque turn-based strategy.
Wow.
after this, please
So
stop playing.
Mario Rabbids.
Let's get to
Yeah,
get to the
so
new
Much
cars.
next big-
something or other.
Yeah.
That's on thin ice basically.
Yeah,
Next time there's a big game release.
Next big release. When that Final Fantasy VII remake comes out, I'm afraid it might not be long for this world. But for now, it's an honor. It's an honor just to make the list.
His other guy literally
So,
quit the game.
I'm sure the developers.
The other opponent
And
isn't
if
even
any of
in.
those developers are watching live, remember, Gareth updates his list very regularly. You can do an update to your game to push it up his list and
Yep,
preserve that place
I am happy.
in the prestigious Gareth Davies top 100 all-time games.
I am happy to.
86,
Oh,
man,
no.
confirmed.
But now at least we'll get to see the reset position thing.
The other
There you go.
guy.
Actually, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. That happened to me.
A month ago, you'd have just lost.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we did
literally
have
what
fun
happened to
during
me.
So we did a live stream the day after Eliminator came out, where we had a bunch of people on the sofa playing Eliminator, and we did have somebody. We joked beforehand, what happens if someone gets their car stuck and they need to? Oh, you know, what are the chances of that happening? But sure enough, it happens.
What do you mean, what are the chances of that happening? Do you
Yeah,
play the game?
I believe I said you wait while it happens.
Definitely
sure enough,
happens.
Yeah, you were right.
MR2,
yeah, we knew we
another
kind of
Toyota.
had the
What did you just
Yeah,
say? The AE86 is confirmed, Tofu? Confirmed.
Yeah, made it happen, and I think we can all agree Eliminator is all the better for it.
So you mentioned a specific version of Street Fighter earlier on, didn't you?
I
On
did.
your
Street
list.
Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. Yeah.
Do different versions of the
I
same
know it's
game
never gonna
find
happen, but I
spaces
just-
in your list?
I
mean,
wish
Street Fighter 2, I
they
think that's the only
encourage
entry
people to
that
use
was,
the roads in the
it's
Eliminator,
made
because
it
it really
makes
would
it
be a
I
lot of
grew up
fun.
playing, but,
Like, I would be
What
playing
about
this
Final Fantasy,
every other
Oh, I
day
mean,
on
that's
the
stream.
remake.
Oh,
But instead, we don't really play it at
that
all
remake is more or less
because
a new
it's
game at this
it's
point,
just
right?
free roam
Doesn't really
Rushinator.
look much.
I
You know, if it was
can't
just
I can't deal with that.
Where'd you draw the line?
not for me.
This
Well,
is-
it's difficult.
this is where
It's
Meme
difficult
Mobile is
to-
back.
Don't sort of Microsoft don't franchise us in this, please. Just
I'm not at all.
I want to see Bowl Cut
And,
guy,
yeah,
man. Bring
I'm
Bowl
curious
Cut guy
where the
on
line is
with
drawn.
the striped shirt
you know,
and
it's an
everything.
it's an evolving
A
situation.
horizontal
This is
striped
never,
shirt all the way
never
down.
fully done, but oh, I've got level 2
Good
here.
times.
Let's hope that I'm heading in the right direction.
rip.
I'm not.
F's in chat, please. F's in chat.
Yep. So
Beautifully
It's
executed Street
it's a
Fighter.
very basic strategy. You stay around the outside. I played the game 7 times, and I know this.
and now because
You stay around the outside of the ring, and I'm bringing this up for a reason. And when people challenge you, the race always goes towards the middle of the ring. Therefore, you orient your car towards the middle before you even start the challenge.
This could be quite
This
close.
is a guy who apparently has
He's probably within
350
so
wins,
I think there's
and
room
this is
here
his
for you to-
strategy.
to just about rein that in. Especially it looks like he might be going through a body of water.
Through that water.
You're gonna lose to a level 2
Oh,
in a level 6 Bentley.
Rip. Look at all the Fs.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, here lies Gareth Davies. So as
Why
as he
hype
said
him
at the
up?
Start, he, whilst having the most
Don't
eliminator wins in the
lie.
video, it is
He's
purely
got all
his
the assists
ability.
turned on.
Attrition,
It looks like it's his 5th time
And
playing the
there
Eliminator
ends
at
our
best.
first inaugural
Congratulations.
episode of Elima Q&Ator.
And they say he's won 350.
83.
Yeah, Hot Rod Chic. Yeah, well done. And
bullshit.
Gareth, you're now banished.
He doesn't
You
even
will
play the
never-
game. He
you will
admitted it
never
earlier
turn
on.
Sofa, ever again, unless you're working on some content that we need somebody to talk about. So,
Which I might be, but you know.
but until that point, you are fully banished and may now leave. And while Gareth is leaving us, before we get on to the final,
It's kinda
section of the
rude.
show,
Like, he was
let's take a
joking,
look
but,
at
like,
the
that was
final
kinda
section
harsh.
Of the photo competition that you guys entered for on Twitter.
He's actually pissed they didn't win. You're banished. You may leave. And legit just leaves it at that. The laughing stopped too. The laughing just cut out. He just looked at the camera. He's like, all right, shoot. The cars, please. We got to look at more pictures of it. That's a nice one. I like the livery too. White paint doesn't work. It's always washed out. So depressing. So depressing. He needs to grow a hairline. Dark days. Watch what you say around me, all right? There's a reason I got this hat on. Watch your mouth. What up, Chang? Fast Race Jet says bullshit. No, that was absolute BS, man. He doesn't play the Eliminator. No, not a chance. Just got here. What I missed, Adam? We got the Huracan Performante, the Toyota AE86. That's it. 43 minutes in. But we are going to be looking at some new cars. They saved a lot of new cars for the end, at least according to their stream schedule. The new cars are coming at the end, and that's right after we look at a bunch of pictures of Supras, some of which are not good photos, so I'm wondering why they're actually in. Like the other photo that we just looked at, the contrast was just cranked. The whole front end was just black. Come on now. That holds something valuable under there. That hat holds something valuable? Yeah, it does, man. My brain keeps it nice and warm. Nice and toasty, bro. It's cold in my basement. We all know you have more hair on your chin than on your head. Probably right. Not right now, actually. I need to cut my hair. But on average, usually. Chin over head, Tommy. Chin over head. I'm really good at making race liveries. Oh, that's nice. All right, make me a livery then, Tails. Yeah, I mean, you already made me one, but hey, the more the better. Because your head is cold. Exactly, bro. Up here in the Great White North. Travis Bustard, what's going on, man? Welcome back.
And I want to give give a huge thank you to
Jinx,
everybody who submitted
you owe me a
photos
soda,
to the
bitch.
photo competition with the theme is
Ichiban. That hat
Honestly,
gives you
what
a
guys are
speed
doing these
boost.
things, there's
You
so
know
much
it.
creativity in there. Really
You know it.
inspire us to keep making all this great stuff.
Guys
that
are
you guys
uncovering
enjoy.
the secrets.
I'm now joined on the sofa yet again by Chris
Yeah.
Phillips and Matt Pickering. Guys, Chris, what was your favourite photo?
I actually really like the one by Is That Supra? You gotta love the original Fast and Furious livery, and also just that gamer tag.
And this game tag is easy to remember in this particular scenario. Pickers?
Yeah, there was one by.
The white Supra is
Gamertag
better than your
Night
hairline.
where
Thanks, Reaper.
Where the Supra was
Yeah,
in black in an autumn scene.
Yeah.
Really good.
No, not that one.
Ah, nice, nice.
No, that's not the one he was talking about. The other one was way better.
Shall we take a look at the new cars in
I mean,
the
maybe he
Series
was.
18 update?
Which one do you want to go for first?
Well, everyone's
well,
gonna want the Hurricane.
All right, new cars.
yeah, my mixer sensors are telling me that all the guys in the chat want to see the Hurricane
Keep your eyes
Performance-
peeled.
Performance.
Keep your eyes peeled.
So-
We're gonna see new
Yeah,
cars
let's
in
take
the
Hummer.
finish.
All right.
H1 Alpha.
I was joking. Pickers isn't. Here we go.
Let's look at the Hummer.
A new Hummer.
No, we saved the best for last, right?
This is a new one. Yeah, it is. Oh,
So yeah, we've got the open-top version of the Hummer that's already in the game. So this is the 2006 one. So this is when they updated it.
Already in the game.
6.6-litre Duramax engine. So it's 300 horsepower, 5 something pound of torque, which would make most cars fast. But when it weighs 3.4 tons or 7,600 pounds,
it's kind of cool.
that's wrong. Don't shoot me. I don't do pounds.
I'll drive it.
It makes it quite slow.
We want to
so
see more hats.
It's not the quickest. It's also gigantic, which is perfect
What's
for going
the,
down narrow bridge roads.
What's the fuel economy like?
Terrible.
10
I would
miles an hour.
imagine it can't even get into double figures.
Oh dear. It's so wide. You could fit like 4 people abreast in that.
But you can only fit 4 people in it total
Yeah.
because it's only got 4 seats because it has a gigantic transmission.
You could fit another 4 in the
Oh, in
the
the
trailer,
pickup bit.
yeah.
I have
And you could just sit on the like. There's
5
a bit
hats
between
here,
the two
including
rear
the one on
seats,
my
which is
head.
The giant table, essentially. You could sit on that.
really cool cockpit details as well. I think often with these, well,
Yeah, look at the space.
I don't feel like putting them on.
production
Actually, I changed my
cars.
mind.
So you can fit a squad of soldiers in there. And,
But I got him here.
and a picnic
yeah.
A couple.
in this in this civilian version of the car.
Yeah.
I really like that kind of late 90s,
Maybe
early
next year.
millennia switchgear. Like the big buttons.
I like the big buttons. He says. I like the big
What's
buttons.
the green thing?
I don't know.
And the Hummer
Camera.
is
Great
available
content.
as we.
No one cares about the interior of a Hummer.
Starting from Thursday in the Shummer Nights
Summer Nights
Championship.
yeah.
Good luck in the
Shummer
heist.
Nights.
I have like 10
Not a
NY
typo.
hats. Why no good cars?
Yeah, right
No
now,
good
yeah.
cars.
Is that the
We
snorkel?
got the Huracan Performante and the AE86 and this Hummer here.
I would
This Hummer
imagine
actually looks
that's what
pretty
it
cool,
is,
man.
I don't know though. Hummers are not my strong point of car knowledge.
I see.
All right, should we go?
Let's talk about this
Next up?
Hummer. I don't know.
Is there a
I don't really know
Torben
much.
Tuesday thing that we need to discuss?
Oh yes.
Yes. So guys,
This is why we mentioned.
I think
before.
Torben isn't here. That's because he's on the naughty step. Because
Remind
really,
me of
Torben
the
Tuesday was a
Arnold
bit.
Schwarzenegger.
It was a bit unfair on you guys. There
It
was.
was very
I-
difficult this
I-
time around.
I think esoteric. In fact, esoteric isn't even the word. I think that probably is another word that either doesn't yet exist in the English language. Maybe we'll call it the Torben. A challenge so weird and obscure that
Nobody got it.
nobody got it and no one ever really had a chance.
So the clue for this one was,
Yeah.
I think he wrote the number 11818 on the
Okay,
whiteboard,
new car,
which
here
is
we go.
the number of them that were built.
Yeah. So shame on you guys for not getting that right.
Shut up.
Sorry. Yeah, I took a day off on the Monday, which is when they shoot the Torben Tuesday. So I wasn't there to be like, hey guys, this is terrible. So it'll be better next time. I promise. Anyway, next car. Let's go.
Which one?
Should we actually give them the Performante?
Yes, I think we
Yeah.
should not troll and.
Okay, look out for new cars. We already know the
this one,
Performante is
as
here.
we said earlier, massive fan
RX,
massive
RXA.
community request this one.
They do it so quick.
We've been trying to get it in the game for quite a while now. So, well, I know it's been appearing in
No
request
way,
lists
Nate. That's
for,
awesome.
several months.
Since it's existed, really.
Several months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about 15 minutes after it was revealed,
Yeah.
we were getting asked why it wasn't in the game yet.
It was the second.
Well, takes a little while. Sorry.
Takes
no,
longer than
no.
15 minutes to
We
build a
wanted
car.
this car in the game before the game
So yeah,
came
this
out.
is the track version of the Huracan.
was the second most
so
requested
it's
car
40 kilos lighter,
to be in the game for the launch of
30
Forza Horizon
more out
4.
of its absolutely glorious V10.
18
this really
months
is one
it
of the
took.
best engines in the world, I think. The noise it makes is spectacular. And it has some rather trick aerodynamics on it called Lamborghini Ala, which stands for, I tried this earlier.
It's ghosted, man. Come on. Do you play the game?
Ativa, which is essentially it's a passive active aero which uses valves that kind of go through the car to stall the rear wing and to drop the pressure off of the front splitter to reduce drag. But the cool thing is, because it's two separate ducts, when you're cornering, when you turn in, they'll keep the inside one closed in high drag mode, which creates, you have more drag on one side of the car and that rotates the car in.
So like an air brake.
Yeah. So they're calling that active, the aerodynamic vectoring is the term they're giving it. And it does work. This thing is one of the quickest Lamborghinis ever made. I think when it was released, it was now being beaten by the Aventador SV. So this will do sub 7 minutes.
The Aventador SVJ.
One of only a
Not
handful
the
of cars
SV.
capable of that at the moment.
It's all good though.
It's a very special car.
It's okay. The noise is spectacular
I love
if you get the actual
stripe
noise.
down the side there, an Italian flag.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a little go on the interior view, but in this camera view in particular, you can just see that.
They should
crazy
turn up the
bunch.
game audio.
Yeah. What's the name of that material, Chris? Do you know?
The carbon
Alkin
fiber material. Is that,
Oh,
you
forged
mean on
carbon.
the dasher, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, the suede Alcantara
that's
type.
Alcantara.
Is it
yeah.
Alcantara?
Yeah.
Yeah, the forged
The
carbon
quality
is the big
Alcantara,
thing with the Oricon
And then
Performante.
that carbon fiber, I think, is something they initially did with the Sesta Elemento, which is like crushed up bits of carbon fiber, then re-resined to look like that, and it's got this really
I
nice
see.
kind of marbled effect.
Yeah, it
which is
looks
very
pretty
unique,
sick.
to this car.
And the Performante, available in autumn, so in a couple of weeks from now.
Thursday.
And you can get this for free just by completing 50%
D10
off
copy and
stuff
paste.
in the festival playlist for autumn.
What do you expect,
Yeah.
Fastest Racer?
You guys been asking for it?
You expect them to
Here it
create a
is.
new engine sound for the
Um,
Oricon Performante? No.
Shall we? What's next?
Should we have a look at the Toyota AE86 next,
think
or the Sprinter Torino?
The car with many names.
Yeah.
Just throw
let's
a
take
basic
look.
four banger
While
on
it's
there.
loading, I have facts about its names.
Go
So
ahead.
there's essentially two versions of this car. You got
that's
the
it, man.
Torino and the Levin. Torino is Spanish for thunder, and Levin is Middle English for lightning. Middle English being a version of the English language from between 1150 and 1500. So there you go.
Until Toyota resurrected, it was basically just found on
Old pub signs.
UK pub
Yeah,
yeah.
with curly text. So this thing's super iconic. It's got many names, as you said. It's Hachiroku, it's AE86, it's Torino, it's Levin for the notchback version of it. It's iconic, is what it is. It's a movie star. It's star of manga comics, all sorts. It's a tofu delivery car.
Tofu delivery car,
but
Tofu
it's
boy.
probably between its most famous either tofu delivery or for the very early days of drifting. Being a lightweight rear-wheel drive car, it's kind of on the lower end of the market. Not much was rear-wheel drive when this came out, so it was an affordable rear-wheel drive car, and it just so happened to have a really good chassis, limited slip differential, and a pucker of an engine in the 4 AGE, which in stock form I think revs to 7,800 RPM, and modified they've been known to go past 10,000, making good power. Stock
That'd be
about
fun.
130, so drifting in our game, not the easiest. If Matt wants
It's
to-
actually
I was
really
heading
easy,
to
yeah.
a drift zone, the one
With a
around
stock
Boston.
AE86, it's impossible.
Well, Matt
But
is
it's
one
actually
of
not
the
hard to
finest
drift in.
drifters
Oh, here we go.
in and playing on games. So taking this stock drift icon, we can all cheer him on as he bosses this drift zone back to 3-star score. So
Oh,
What-
you should easily get 3 stars in this, right?
Sure, yeah. With it stock as well.
Where's
Getting
that's
excuses
that's
there.
a speed trap or a speed zone.
Actually, I'm not going the right way, am I?
No,
This is
you know,
No.
go left down here. Is there a junction down here? No.
Someone needs to teach him how to set a
Yeah, you've
destination
gone
in his
completely
own
the wrong
game.
way.
Never mind.
Go over the river.
What a shame.
Oh, so you can't show off your drifting now.
We could do the speed zone instead.
Which
well, there you go. Look at this car getting going 85 miles an hour. 85 whole miles an hour. Wow.
Nearly enough to go back in time.
can we
Drift zone
3-star that? No.
back there, man.
Yeah.
Use
Are you
the
not gonna give
map.
drift zone if you actually
Can
just...
someone teach
Have you-
him
have
how to
you
use the
intentionally-
map, please?
Okay, all right. I'm not gonna. No, let's not force it. Let's not force it. It was, you were
I
only
don't
going.
think
You
there's
were only
any
going.
near here, is there?
You were only going to embarrass yourself.
All right, that's, I've done that
The
already.
Truno is available
Oh,
in spring
this is gross.
in the Is That a Supra Championship.
Is there anyone in the chat who likes
Slightly
this car? Because
confusing
if you do, I
naming
think I need
their
to ban you from the
championship called
channel.
Is That a Supra? Because you're going to race a Supra in it, but you will win
me know.
the Truno.
Oh,
That's correct, yeah.
Or the A86, or the whatever other names you want to call it.
disgusting. Absolutely
what do we
disgusting.
got now?
Finally, this is
the
the
exhaust,
Porsche 356
the tail lights,
C
the engine vents.
Emery special. So Emery.
3
they've been
people?
doing, I don't want to call them wrestler mods.
I should do a better
they kind of
job.
restore old
I drifting
Porsches,
it.
but also do.
Night 2 says, I
new
love
mods
this
take on.
car.
And this is one of them. I think they've done over 100 now. They're absolutely beautiful.
Man, we got very different
They look
tastes.
like a stock Porsche. Like I don't think you could look at them and figure out without looking at a stock 356 what they've changed, because they keep very much the original design
Mitch,
ethos of the car.
this Porsche is faster than
they
the
also,
Apollo
the
IE.
standard
Oh
thing
yeah.
Is,
What up, Miles?
The Emery Motorsports engine, which is it's the
I like it.
original
Please no
Stock
ban.
4,
I'm joking. I'm not gonna
to
ban
220
anyone.
horsepower. So it's a 2 points.
What's that porcelain vase on the dash?
I don't know.
I think it's
I like the
Amazing. I
tachometer
hope it is. Who's that potpourri
and
part?
the speedometer and the whatever the hell
Each
that
one
is on the
unique,
left.
Hence the potpourri pot.
Yeah.
Those look
They
cool.
got quite far through.
What is
production
that
with
on the
commitment to
middle?
making everyone
What
unique
is
and how
that?
To find new things.
Yeah.
to
Like
attach.
little
Well,
vase
unfortunately,
for
it fits,
flowers or
I don't know.
something?
But yeah, each one's unique to the owner,
Wonderful.
and I believe the Torben Tuesday for
Oh, yes.
this car. Yeah, do you want to reveal that one?
So,
Mitch grandma would love to drive this
there was
car
a picture
every
of
day.
the Dutch police on the whiteboard, I believe.
I don't know, bro.
Which
Couldn't tell you.
was,
Well, I mean,
they bought some of
not
these
anymore,
cars.
I guess.
So there you go.
Rest in peace. Is that a bow
yeah,
tie?
there you
I don't
go,
know. That's what I
guys.
thought, but
Slap
then I was
on
like,
the
maybe it's
wrist
like
for
a
not getting
vase.
The,
It's a
The
tie.
Performante was the hardest one, I think, where it had a weight to power ratio, not even a power to weight ratio, which is the more common way around of doing it, of 2.15 kilograms per horsepower. That was the clue for that one.
Assume
I think Mitchell
Tiger,
did
what's going
get
on,
the
man?
AE86 because we capitalized
That
the
weed.
E on,
The initial D.
Mitch,
yeah.
IRL,
So,
this car is worth
um,
50 mil.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. That not the best Torben Tuesday. We'll be better
I
in
wouldn't.
future.
I just,
So there's 3
I
levels
wouldn't
of
want
trim of these.
Really wouldn't.
They've got the
gross.
Emery Special.
look at the rims.
And the RS.
Look at the
and
rims on this thing.
Outlaw.
Yeah, so I think it was Outlaw Special RS.
Yes,
and the
that's
RS
right,
is
yeah.
the
I'm pretty active in the chat. I do my
newest
best to
one they
sue.
showed off.
Check
summer
out the
last year, I
rims.
think, which has.
Tell me the rims aren't
Um,
-5 out of 10.
Oh, is it the twin turboed one? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
matter,
very
bro. Those
special.
brakes
They do
are
some
overheating.
911s as well.
Yeah.
I'd pay
It's,
$1 for that.
They're awesome. They're like, each one is built.
I'd take it for
differently,
free
like, to the
and
owner's
then
request.
sell it. And
So yeah,
I'd be
this
sick.
one's got a towing bar.
Very cool.
You know what? I would buy
Right,
it just so I can flip
we
it.
are quickly
if I can
running
get
out
it
of
for
time,
cheap.
so I'm going to run through some updates and fixes. Matt, feel free to just
Updates
keep looking at this car
and
driving
fixes,
around.
or is it
I'll
just
run
fixes?
through the things that you can look forward to in the Series 18 update that we haven't already gone over. So
I like the
we have
rims,
fixed the
Kurt
issue where the
says.
action bar was not appearing in free roam over other players' car. That's a little chap that lets
It's
you do it
hating on the
head-to-head.
GT3 RS.
We improved loading time when loading into the Eliminator. Cool.
Did you
Fixed
though?
an issue where traffic cars would not always appear in co-op street race events, so they would appear in single player, but occasionally would not
It's
show up in
driving pretty
co-op,
well.
So that's been fixed now. Improved the loading
Anyone
time when
taking that
upgrading
in?
a car in the Eliminator.
For an
Probably
old
the best
car,
fix in there, so when you grab one of those
it's
car
grippy.
drops, you'll get into it that much faster. Increased the Eliminator Arena boundary
You know the
audio.
team,
So
you
that's
know
the
the
sound
team.
the
Go
wall
Ravens.
makes, and it gives you some positional
next
audio.
season.
So if you've got the wall behind you and it's moving, you can get an idea of where it is based on positional audio, assuming you're not on some odd antiquated mono setup. And we've fixed an issue in custom controller or keyboard layouts would prevent a user from
Keyboard.
getting an upgrade in the Eliminator, which sounds pretty bad. Fixed additional instances of players not being able to challenge others to a head-to-head whilst in Eliminator. And we have massively improved the loading times when booting into the game for the first time when you have all of the DLC installed on PC. So some players are having like a really long load because of the install footprint, which has now been fixed. We have a couple of minutes left to take a few questions from
Really?
the guys on the Mixer chat.
When I
So,
start up
haven't
my
had any
game
prep
on
to read
PC,
these, so
Excellent.
here goes.
it's a crazy
Right.
load time. If they
Hey
actually
Tom,
fix
will
that,
the Eliminator come to Fortune Island and Lego Valley?
I'll be pretty happy.
The answer to that one is maybe. We are trying to work out, there's some logistical issues which currently would prevent us from doing that, which we're trying to work our way through. So that one is a hard maybe.
Will
but
you make the
definitely
Eliminator
not a
good?
Yes.
That's my question.
Or no.
Or no.
Will you
Hey,
stop
Tom,
being lazy with the game
will,
mode?
Will we still be getting new body kits and Rocket Bunny Liberty Walk?
Every Q&A I get this one. Yes, at some point in the future, we're hopefully going to bring some new body kits.
Great.
Some point
That's
in
a
the
good answer.
future.
Cool. Hey Tom,
Just
any
say
idea
no,
if
dude.
we'll
You're
be
not
getting
bringing
any new
Eliminators to the other
Peugeots?
maps. Yeah, it's not happening.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes, in the next.
That's just everything.
Coming up.
Cool.
So,
One of my
we gonna
favourites.
get
Are there plans
the
for an
Koenigsegg Escort?
offline
Maybe.
Eliminator mode? No.
I don't know, man. Just keep playing.
No, we are not currently investigating making Eliminator an offline mode.
How is that
Will
even possible?
Anything Goes come back to online racing? Haven't got anything planned for that at the moment.
No.
I guess that's a maybe, but probably not. If that isn't, to be honest, something that we've seen asked for a lot. So I think we'd have to probably hear a bit more noise that's the thing that people are missing before we made action there.
Help me out.
Will former Horizon characters from earlier games ever make a return to the series in Horizon
Somebody
Stories?
read it.
Um,
God damn it.
Get Ben back, right?
I don't know. We're investigating if we can get some Horizon/Playground fringe characters to appear in Horizon Stories. Maybe a certain Mr. Bargains might make his way there at some point. There isn't anything to confirm at this point. And in terms of characters from previous games, such as Ben Green, Ashley, Warren, Dak, no plans right now. So
Come
that would
on!
be, if yes, it'd be a long way off, I suppose, is the answer to that one. But they're not currently in our plans. Hey Tom, will there ever be a showcase remix that will let you choose cars yourself?
Not me. My game is loading max 2 to 3 minutes. It's crazy, Junix.
Probably not. We
For a
could
showcase remix, probably not.
We could potentially have vehicle select.
Yeah, with like a choice of a few.
Yeah.
Please read it. I just want to hear
one
you
for us to take away,
disappoint
I
me.
think.
Yeah, we can think about that one.
Just
That's,
give me the bad
it's actually
news
a good
now.
suggestion. So it's one we can think about, one we might be able to do something with, and not currently planned. What's the current world record for most Eliminator wins in a
Who
single
cares?
round? Oh, sorry, most head-to-head wins within a
Who,
single
does
round.
anyone
of
actually
Eliminator.
like, hey, how
The
many?
answer is 13, which is pretty breathtaking, given how long a game lasts
Chu
and how long it takes to do
Chi
it
Wang,
head-to-head.
Chi Wu Chang.
When will Torben
up?
be on Elimi Q&A tour?
I should have copy and paste my
Well,
message.
I've kind of committed Tommy Bargains to being on it in the next update,
Damn it.
so we'll have to throw
Chat's
Torben
going
under the
too
bus in
quick.
the one after that, I think. But
We should give him Torben Tuesday-esque things to solve while doing the Eliminator.
I'm done.
that
I give up.
is a great idea.
Okay.
So guys,
I'm over it.
when we do get Torben on, which I'm now Chris has shared this idea,
Whoa.
we'll get 2 series this time.
Look, all-wheel drive
Let's
for a
have
second.
you guys make the challenges that Torben will then have to complete while
Yes,
whilst
this
taking
is
part
such
in
a
a
great
game
idea.
of Eliminator. This
So
is
series
I'm
20,
about-
that will be.
I'm moving
All right.
on. I'm done.
We
All
are
right,
just
I'm gonna
out of
make
time.
shush and watch.
Thank you so much for joining
It's
us
over.
today.
You shut up, because it's over. All right? I don't need your attitude. All right? Watch yourself when you're in here. Who was it? Night 2? Was it night? Yeah, it was. Next time you do a stream after they've done and fast forward everything. All right, man. I got to make a video about this. I wish they would have read my comment. But, hey, what are you going to do? Eliminator, forever free roam rush, forever not playing it. Moving on, I'll have some videos out for you guys just summarizing everything, but it's really quick summary. Bug fixes, Huracan Performante AE86, and the new Hummer. That's it. They also are bringing different cars to the Eliminator, but cars that are already in the game. One of which is the Unimog, the Warthog. There's a few others. I missed them, but that's that, bro. That's what we got in the last hour. Take her easy. I'm going to make a video. Thank you guys for watching. Do you want to check out what I sent you on Discord? I'll try to get around to it when I get a sec. Busy man. Well, busy when I want to be. I don't know. It's always optional with YouTube, you know? I can be really busy or I can just chill and